The Minnesota Vikings just won their first preseason game in forever thanks to a 34-yard field goal from their rookie kicker, Will Reichard. Wow, what a game. Unbelievable performance from both quarterbacks. You know, just an hour ago, I talked about how sharp Sam Darnold looked. But J.J. McCarthy was cooking in his first NFL preseason game versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Earlier this week, J.J. McCarthy received a question and was asked, what are you most looking forward to in your first preseason game? And he said, a vanilla defense. Now, I don't know if it was a vanilla defense or if it was a real defense, but he was cooking up a storm at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. J.J. McCarthy, 11 for 17, 188 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 pick. 2 long passes, 4 touchdowns that he made look super easy. And Justin Jefferson was on the call for both, which made the touchdown plays, touchdown throws, all that more sensational. So let's run through these touchdown passes by J.J. McCarthy. So here's the long one here's the second one to Trent Sheffield Sr. Justin Jefferson is going wild. And the Minnesota Vikings tie the game pending a extra point kick, which I think they made. And then here's the first one. J.J. McCarthy throws a long touchdown pass to Tristan Jackson, a guy he's been working a lot with in practice because he's been working with the twos. Tristan Jackson is one of the twos for the Minnesota Vikings, if not a 3. And J.J. McCarthy hits him in stride, as well as Trent Sheffield Sr., and he throws his first NFL career preseason touchdown pass. Now, when J.J. McCarthy first took the field, he found Jalen Naylor down the field, and it looked nice. It was a very nice throw. See if I can find it. I guess I don't have that one saved. It was a very nice throw by J.J. McCarthy. Moved the chains. Later on, he threw a pick, and everyone's making a big deal about this J.J. McCarthy interception. And I don't overreact to interceptions as much as everybody else does. I think there are good interceptions. Not that there's ever a good interception, but there are really bad interceptions, and then there are interceptions that don't really mean anything, which are good interceptions. And the interception J.J. McCarthy threw, I would consider a good interception. It was a third down play. It wasn't a 1st and 10 where it's like, oh, he gave away the entire possession. We weren't in field goal range, and he was being rushed from the side. He was forced to make a throw, and he threw a ball, gave his receiver a chance, and it was picked. Same as a punt. Okay, not a big deal. It's not like he threw a pick at his own 10-yard line. The Raiders are in field goal range, and they're ready to score a touchdown and win the game. That would qualify as a bad interception. J.J. McCarthy's pick was not a bad interception. It was not a great throw. It was a bad throw, but the impact of the interception was minimal at worst. It wasn't a big deal. So even though he has an interception on his record in his first NFL preseason game, it's as good an interception as you could have. It's not like the Minnesota Vikings were in red zone and they were in touchdown territory. It's not like the Minnesota Vikings were on their own 25-yard line and they gave the Raiders an easy field. The Vikings were in the middle of the field. He threw a ball. It got picked. If it didn't get picked, they were going to have to punt. Big deal. So J.J. McCarthy played sensational. Now, I don't think he's going to start week 1, but the likelihood that he starts post-bye week is getting more and more realistic by the day, by the practice, by the game, because that's what it kind of is pointing to right now. And we can be grateful that the Minnesota Vikings bye week is so early on in the season that there's a higher likely that we'll see J.J. McCarthy earlier because of the bye week. So he performed as good as a rookie could besides one bad throw, which didn't really mean much. But the fact that he hit both wide receivers, even though they were wide open. But how many times do you see quarterbacks overthrow or underthrow a guy, especially in his first game? I mean, you see that all the time from quarterbacks. A guy will be wide open, streaking down the middle of the field, but it demands perfect touch. It demands a perfect throw down the sidelines or a play where the receiver doesn't have to make a diving catch. And he basically handed the ball off to a wide receiver. And it was a walk-in touchdown for both guys, Tristan Jackson and Trent Sheffield Sr. So it was a spectacular performance by J.J. McCarthy. And Minnesota Vikings fans should be pumped about the future after this preseason game. I'm not going to call him a Hall of Fame quarterback. I'm not going to call him the future of the NFL. But that's as exciting as a preseason performance can get from a rookie quarterback that the Minnesota Vikings invested in for the first time ever, a top 10 pick in drafting a quarterback. So it's exciting stuff. It's fun stuff. And it'll be fun to watch McCarthy progress as it continues. But as I said earlier, Sam Darnold looks sharp. So I believe he's going to be the week 1 starter. But McCarthy is not far behind. Let's just say that. All right, everyone, thank you for watching this episode and for making this podcast part of your day. J.J. McCarthy cooks and the Minnesota Vikings win. I'm not sure I'm not sure what the bigger story is of that game. All right, everyone, thank you for making this podcast part of your day.